Welcome. In this lesson, we're going to talk about the basic metaphysical principles of esoteric healing. So these are principles that you've got down by now, but it's just good to go back to the basics at times and review. So follow along with these principles in your manual. The first basic metaphysical principle of esoteric healing is that it's a science of energy flow and energy relationships. We say that science means following a certain protocol and the results will be reproduced by others who have the same training, and they'll be able to achieve similar results. It's a science. The science of esoteric healing is a skill that's teachable to all who are interested, and it's reproducible. It's not a gift. This is a reproducible science. I tell this to all my clients, that being able to sense the energy is not this special gift that I have. They could do it too. I tell them that I could teach them to sense into it rather quickly. It's a learned technique. Recall from part 1, we said that the word esoteric means hidden and meant to be found. It's something to be studied in depth. There's a hidden inner spiritual meaning which lies behind all forms and all events. It's ageless wisdom and ageless teachings. When one is ready and mature enough, the information comes forth. These levels of hidden inner spiritual meanings continue to come forth as we continue our spiritual evolution. As our consciousness expands, as we outgrow one box of beliefs into a bigger box of beliefs. So eventually you come to realize or recognize and have appreciation that the more you know, the more you know that you don't know. At this point in part 2, you've learned a lot. You've learned about the constitution of the human being. Before you started class, you may not have even known that all of those higher centers and monad even existed. And part 2 expanded your mind more as we learned about the Kundalini, rays, initiations. And that's only part 2 of 8 classes. Woo-wee! The things you're going to learn in the future. And for myself, after those 8 classes and more, I realized that I even more know that there is so much more that I don't know. Our second metaphysical principle of esoteric healing is energy follows thought. Everything is energy qualified by thought and emotion. We are what we are, having become what we thought. When you're providing an esoteric healing session, the more you can think in a focused way of what you're dealing with, then the more potent your session is. Remember, the ajna is the focuser for balancing the energy. So energy follows thought. We focus it through the ajna. Energy follows thought. I'm going to insert another basic metaphysical principle of esoteric healing with regard to its science of energy flow and energy relationship, and that's the energy of a triangle. In your esoteric healing part 1 class, you learned several triangles and how to balance them, and how to balance them at different levels. Here's what's happening when you're balancing a triangle. The Mathematics Institute at the University of Oxford says the most stable shape is the triangle. Why? Because the triangle does not easily deform and is able to balance the stretching and compressive forces inside the structure. So triangles work consciously and constructively with the power of thought. Energy follows thought. There's a scientific significance of the energy within a triangle, and that it is through a triangle that all force and energy moves. Higher light, higher force, higher energy always comes through the form of a triangle. This is regardless if it's a triangle of the solar system or a triangle of our energy body. There are three energy components of a triangle: the quality, the flowing, hardness or vibration, the quantity, like how much, substance, is it dense, stable, it's dense, stable. When a triangle stands as a whole and the points are working together at the same time, it's balanced and the triangle functions dimensionally versus linearly. Are we not dimensional beings? The power being released into the triangle pours through the threefold nature of the client, ultimately affecting the monad, the soul, and the personality together all at the same time. Using these triangles in esoteric healing makes this a very powerful form of healing. Changes and spiritual development occur. And we've also talked a lot about our antakarana. We build our antakarana through the process of a dedicated meditation practice, through being of service to humanity, and by our process of studying topics that stretch the boundaries of our beliefs. So meditation, service, and study, it's our three-legged stool. We also have the heart and head approach to the spiritual path. So we have the path of knowledge, the head approach, and the path of love, the heart approach. In a treatise on white magic, page 120, it says, the path of knowledge is that of the occultist and the sage. That of love is that of the mystic and the saint. The head or the heart approach is not dependent upon the ray, for both ways must be known. The mystic must become the occultist. The white occultist has been the saintly mystic. This is saying that we need a blending of the heart and the head. In our alignment process, we connect source to heart, to ajna. This connection is so important. Helen Blavatsky says to concentrate on the master as a living image within your heart. Make this his image in the heart the focus of concentration. But this cannot just be mental, it has to be through intuition. So as we align and attune, we bring not just source, but the whole hierarchy in through our heart. And then connect with our ajna, the sender and receiver of energy. So again, this connection between the heart and the head is so important. True knowledge is intelligent love, for it is the blending of the intellect and the devotion. Unity is sensed in the heart. Its intelligent application to life has to be worked out through knowledge. So that is the heart and head approach to spiritual path. As a teacher of esoteric subjects, we combine the heart and the head approach, the path of love and the path of knowledge, merged into that one path of intelligent love. So know that through the love of your heart and the knowledge in your heart, you'll be a teacher for someone. So be prepared. We're teaching our clients every session. So you too are a teacher. And this concludes our talk about the basic metaphysical principles of esoteric healing. So I'll see you in the next video.